Welcome, Tube Dwellers, back to Starcraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. I've got a special treat for you today. You can see it on your screen already. We're going to be casting a professional replay. I don't do this too often because I like staying in the realm of my own games, but I've been playing some real bad Starcraft lately. I don't want to cut the Starcraft content out from my channel altogether, so here we go, professional game. This is from the Dreamhack Summer 2013 tournament. You can see it on your screen already, but I'll go ahead and introduce the players. Spawning in the top right of Neo Planet S, we have the one, the only LiquidTLO. And as you see, sending out his chat manners there. Spawning in the bottom left, Team Fanatics, Harstem. Now, Harstem's a little bit of a lesser-known player. I feel like I'm pretty familiar with the StarCraft 2 pro scene, and he has arrived only recently. He did play some Warcraft 3 here and there. He played Undead in Warcraft 3. But in StarCraft 2, he hasn't put out hugely notable results. He's playing for Team Fnatic, and that's notable enough. And he also, in the beginning of June, he beat Rhett from Team Liquid 4-2 in the DSCL Individual League, and that allowed him to take first place in that tournament. So an impressive performance, and I have seen some games of him. He's gone against some top names, and he's put out a really good showing doing so. He's going to put a pylon on the low ground, certainly to go for a Forge Fast Expand, although I have seen gateway opening variants. We'll have to keep a watch and see which one it's going to be. TLO going for the very standard 14 pool. Trying to make sure he is able to deny this probe and potential pylon block of his natural. Now, TLO is much better known. He actually came to fame in the beta, where he was a random player. After the beta was over, he played Terran for a little while, but quickly switched it up to Zerg. I think a lot of the early comments in StarCraft 2 that Terran were overpowered and that a lot of people were having problems with fairly easily executable Terran strategies kind of bothered him. He wants to reach his maximum potential as a player, and he felt like Zerg would allow him to do that more easily. Oh, it looks like he's going to pull a little tricky when he's going to come down here for a third. It doesn't look like Harstem's in place to block that. Of course, TLO doesn't necessarily have the money for it yet either. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, the 300. Wow, Harstem juked back. He actually could have still blocked that because of the way the minerals were coming out. Zerglings are out, though. They're going to get to work on this pylon. The pylon wasn't canceled, so it will take them a little while to crack through that. Matter of fact, 4 Zerglings. That allows one to follow the probe and the other 3 to work on the pylon. And that should allow TLO to get his third hatchery out pretty quick. The Forge did go down first. Actually, I'm sorry. The Nexus went down first, then the Forge, then the Gateway, then the Photon Cannon. And it looks like he's made all but a single block choke here, walled up, and he's going to hold that with the probe. As I was saying, though, TLO has had some really impressive results lately. He's always been really good, but he's had difficulty trying to take the actual the tournament wins. He's had difficulty taking the top spot. Here recently, he came in third in Home Story Cup 7, actually beating out Hun 3-2. Hun, if anybody watches StarCraft 2, you'll know he's a Korean Zerg and an amazing one at that. He once took, I think it was 15, it might have been 16 consecutive King of the Hill victories in the IPL Fight Club. That was pretty awesome. I think those were best of 9 games. He took out so many huge names, it's not even funny. Hyun is an amazing and super consistent player. TLO beating him out 3-2. I'm sure that was a very difficult series for TLO. Sadly, I've not seen it. ZvZ. It's a matchup I don't watch a whole lot. I feel pretty confident in it in my own play. So when I do any research, I tend to look into the other matchups more. The third hatchery has come up. Harstem's going to poke around. He's going to ensure that all 3 hatcheries are still there. A lot of times getting that little spot off, seeing that the hatcheries are still up, is a good indicator that the Zerg isn't going to do any kind of early roach pressure to you. And with our spectator view into TLO's base, we see that is most likely going to be the case. Doesn't have a roach worn down, and in fact, he hasn't mined a whole lot of gas After that speed, he's still just on 1. The drone and probe count are very similar. And the vision is fairly similar. As we see TLO poking in the back with an Overlord, he's going to see a good bit of what Harstem's up to. It looks like he's going to poke in on this side too, and try to go see that gas. And he has been incredibly active with his lings across the front to ensure that he's able to catch probes coming out to put down any possible proxies. Here he's making his run forward. It is the 7-minute mark. This is often a time where you'll see a Protoss develop their tech, and it looks like it is going to be a robotics facility. Now, does TLO see it? He does have a spot on it. And he's also coming into the main to catch a couple gateways. 3 gateways going up in the back. TLO sees basically everything. I'm not certain that he got to click on this robotics facility. He might get to right here, though. Yep, he did click on it. You saw the little dotted line. So he knows that it's going to be a robo opening, and he knows that there are at least 4 gateways altogether. Now I wonder, this is about to die, but I should be able to get it. He did not see these additional gases coming up. These gas came up right after TLO's Overlord died. Oh, and I don't think that TLO spotted this probe moving out. This could be dangerous. The mothership core shooting off some Zerglings. We see the pylon going down. If I had to guess, this looks like it's going to be an Immortal Sentry. Pressure from Mr. Harstem. I'm hesitant to say all in. TLO is getting the Zergling melee upgrade first. It looks like he's got a Baneling nest. It looks like he wants to defend this with Zergling Baneling. Pylons come up. The warp in has begun. I wonder if Harstem has a bead on the fact that TLO is purely Zergling right now. Oof, the Zealots do have +1. That allows them to take Zerglings out in 2 swipes instead of the full 3. This looks like beautiful micro from TLO, though. He's leaving just enough Zerglings there to clean the Zealots up efficiently, and he's going to go look for the pylon and find it immediately. He's also going to take a probe out in the middle of the map with a couple more Zerglings. So Harstem put on some light Zealot pressure. It's been totally deflected by TLO. The units lost. This is actually really surprising. A lot of times deflecting even simple Zealot pressure with pure Ling, you come out and behind quite a bit, especially when those Zealots have that +1. My God! TLO has quite the Ling count here, though. He's stopped at 52 drones, at least for the time being, and he has a huge chunk of Zerglings. Mineral-wise, he's doubling up Harstem, but doesn't quite have very much gas in this army. Now, there are a lot of sentries here, but Harstem's going to need that. He's going to need to put the force fields out to stay safe from this Zergling pressure here. And it looks like TLO wants to just stay right in Harstem's face so he can see when this moves out. As it's coming together now, more gateways coming up. This is almost certainly an Immortal Sentry all-in. We're up to 7 gateways total. That is going to allow Harstem to stop producing off of his robotics facility and continue to spend his full 2-base income on pure gateway units, which is going to allow him to warp in a lot on the field. Oh my! Harstem caught out in the open field. The Zerglings get a full surround. A lot of force fields go down. We're using up a lot of sentry energy. TLO even picked off a decent amount of units. We see right until these last couple Zerglings went down. Oh, and TLO's coming in again. He has been cost effective. TLO is absolutely dominating this. He's got the +1 melee. Harstem did get +1 armor following up on his damage, but his push has been annihilated. Harstem knows it. That wasn't all in. There is no chance for follow-up. TLO is in a great position, and Harstem leaves the game. Pretty simple, straightforward execution. It looks like TLO was even following up with Hydras, skipping Roaches entirely, because Roaches aren't all that great against the Immortal Sentry play. I like that. I like how many Lings he produced. I liked exactly where he stopped on drones. He got just barely ahead of his Protoss opponent in bases and in worker count, and then built a really great counter unit. Harstem needed a lot of Zealots in this. He needed, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. He needed to not do that push. Well, that's going to be it for Game 1. This is a best-of-3 series, and I am going to be casting all 3 games, supposing that it goes to a third. Har, har, har. So, thank you for watching, and please look out for some more of this in the future. Bye-bye!